Nexus Prime was beautiful. Gleaming towers reached toward the sky, gardens filled with plants from 1,000 worlds. Rivers of crystal clear water. It looked like paradise. It was about to become hell. Vexthar stood in the briefing room of Ghost Protocol's ship. Around him were the 6 human operators, Commander Sarah Chen, Lieutenant Marcus Webb, 4 others whose names he'd learned, Reeves, Park, Okonkwo, and Zhang. Each one was different. Different backgrounds, different specialties, but they moved like one unit, one mind, like the harmonics triad used to. The target, Chen said, activating the hologram. The Syndicate headquarters appeared. 50 floors, multiple security systems, guards, automated defenses. Archon Zelmor lives on the top floor. He runs the Syndicate. He gave the orders that killed Ziloth and dozens of others. Vexthar studied the building. As an assassin, he saw the problems immediately. Too many defenses. Too many guards. A direct assault would fail. We're not assaulting, Webb said. We're infiltrating. Impossible, Vexthar replied. Security is too tight, Reeves smiled. She was the team's hacker. Small woman with quick hands. Security is just code. Code can be rewritten. Guards are just people, Park added. He was the team's social engineer. Friendly face. Warm voice. People can be convinced. Defenses are just systems, Okonkwo said. The team's demolitions expert. Big man with gentle eyes. Systems can fail. Fear is just chemistry, Zhang finished. She was the team's medic and psychologist. Quiet. Observant. Chemistry can be controlled. Vexthar looked at Chen. You're not going to fight them. No, Chen agreed. We're going to make them destroy themselves. The plan was complex, beautiful, terrifying. Over 3 days, Ghost Protocol would infiltrate the Syndicate not with violence, but with paranoia. It started small. Reeves hacked into the building's communication system, changed small things, made it look like messages were being intercepted, made Zelmor's subordinates think they were being watched. Park contacted several Syndicate members using fake identities, offered them money to betray their boss. They all refused, but the offers made them suspicious, made them wonder who else was being contacted, who else might accept. Okonkwo didn't blow anything up. Instead, he planted fake explosives, harmless devices that looked real. Syndicate security found them, started searching for more, started suspecting their own people. Zhang did something worse. She spread a rumor, a whisper, that Zelmor was sick, dying, that he was losing control, that the Syndicate was falling apart. Just words, but words have power. Vexthar watched it all happen from the ship, watched the Syndicate tear itself apart. No shots fired, no blood spilled. Just fear, just doubt, just paranoia eating away at trust. This is what you do? Vexthar asked Chen. This is your warfare? This is precision warfare, Chen replied. Why fight an army when you can make the army fight itself? On day 4, everything fell apart for the Syndicate. Zelmor called a meeting. All his top people. He wanted to root out the traitors. Find the spies. Restore order. Ghost Protocol was already in the building. They'd walked through the front door using fake credentials Reeves had created. Dressed as maintenance workers. Nobody looked at maintenance workers. They made their way to the top floor. Vexthar came with them. He wanted to see this. Needed to see this. The meeting room was behind heavy security. But the security was looking outward, watching for external threats. They never expected the threat to be in the walls, through air vents, through service corridors, through spaces too small for most species. But humans were small, flexible. They squeezed through gaps that shouldn't exist. Vexthar stayed in the service corridor, too big to fit in the vents. He watched through a camera feed as Ghost Protocol positioned themselves around the meeting room, hidden, silent, watching. In the meeting room, Zelmor was screaming. His subordinates were arguing, accusing each other. The paranoia had worked. They were destroying themselves. Chen gave the signal. Ghost Protocol didn't attack. They just revealed themselves. Stepped out of the shadows. 6 humans, unarmed, just standing there. The room went silent. Hello, Archon, Chen said. Her voice was calm, pleasant, like she was greeting an old friend. We need to talk. Zelmor was a Turvian. Tall species, elegant, silver skin like liquid metal. He stared at the humans with something like horror. How did you get in here? He whispered. We walked, Webb said simply. Impossible. Security is only as good as the people running it, Reeves interrupted. And your people have been very distracted lately, wondering who to trust, watching each other instead of watching us. Zelmore reached for a weapon. Jang was faster. Not with a gun. With words. Your heart rate is elevated, she said. Breathing rapid. Pupils dilated. You're experiencing acute stress response. Fight or flight. But you can't fight. And you can't flee. So what's left? Surrender, Chen finished. Never, Zelmore said. But his voice shook. You've already lost, Park said. He pulled out a data pad. See this? This is a complete record of every illegal operation the Syndicate has run for 5 years. Every assassination. Every manipulation. Every crime. We have evidence. We have witnesses. We have everything. Where did you get that? Zelmore demanded. You gave it to us, Okonkwo said. Your own people. They were so paranoid, so scared, they started keeping insurance files. Proof of crimes in case they needed to make deals. We just collected it all. Vexthar watched through the camera. This was masterful. Brutal in its precision. They'd turned the Syndicate's own structure against it. Made it collapse from the inside. You can't do this, Zelmore said. We have diplomatic immunity. Galactic law only protects you from legal prosecution, Chen said. But we're not here to arrest you. We're here to expose you. In about 5 minutes, every major news organization in the galaxy will receive a complete data package. Everything you've done, everyone you've hurt. It'll be public record. You'll be ruined, Webb added. Your organization destroyed. Your allies will abandon you. Your enemies will come for you. And there's nothing you can do to stop it. Zelmore looked around the room. At his subordinates. They were already backing away from him. Already calculating their own survival. The Syndicate was dead. It just didn't know it yet. Why? Zelmore asked. Why go through all this? Why not just kill us? Chen stepped closer. Her eyes were hard, cold. Because death is easy mercy, but you don't deserve mercy. You killed innocent people, used assassins as pawns, destroyed lives for profit. So we're going to let you live. Let you watch as everything you built crumbles. Let you see what happens when you make humans your enemy. She turned and walked away. Ghost protocol followed. They left Zelmore standing there, surrounded by traitors, facing ruin, no shots fired, no violence. Just absolute victory. Vexthar met them in the corridor. They walked out together, same way they came in, through the front door, past security that was too busy fighting each other to notice. Later on the ship, Vexthar watched the news feeds. The Syndicate was collapsing. Arrests happening across 3 systems. Zelmore was in custody. His organization was gone. You destroyed them in 4 days, Vexthar said. Without fighting. Fighting is for when psychology fails, Chen replied. Psychology rarely fails. What happens to me now? Vexthar asked. Chen looked at him. Really looked at him. You're free. Contract void. No charges. You helped us. That buys you a clean slate. And the guild? Guildmaster Zin is getting a very detailed report about the Syndicate's infiltration. He'll want to meet with you. Make things right. Vexthar thought about it. About everything he'd learned. Everything he'd seen. I'm going back to the guild, he said. But I'm going to change things. Make sure this never happens again. Make sure the unspoken rule is real, official, protected. Good, Webb said. The galaxy needs to understand. Humans aren't your enemy, but we're not your victims either. 3 months later, Vexthar stood in the guild headquarters. A new assassin sat across from him. Young, cocky, confident. I want the contract on the human target, the young assassin said. Vexthar looked at him, remembered being that confident. That foolish? Let me tell you about the galaxy's real apex predators, Vexthar said slowly. Let me tell you why we have the unspoken rule. And let me tell you what happens when you ignore it. He told the story. All of it, the hunt, the fear, the lesson. The young assassin listened. His confidence faded, replaced by understanding, by respect, by fear. So you see, Vexthar finished, humans didn't join the galactic community as warriors. They joined as survivors, and they've had 200,000 years of practice. They don't ambush. They pursue. They don't fight. They think. They don't kill. They break. The young assassin stood up. I don't want that contract anymore. Good, Vexthar said. That means you're smart. Smarter than I was, the assassin left. Vexthar sat there, thinking about Commander Chen, about Ghost Protocol, about the lesson he'd learned. Somewhere in human space, Chen was training new recruits, teaching them to hunt, teaching them to break, teaching them to be the thing that nightmares feared, and the galaxy watched, and learned, and remembered the unspoken rule. Never target human elite operators, because if you do, you'll learn what it means to be prey, and that lesson costs everything. Vexthar sat in the interrogation room. It wasn't really an interrogation room. The humans called it a briefing room, but it felt the same. Cold, metal, cameras in every corner. The chair was too small for him. Built for humans, not Kralins. Commander Chen sat across from him. Next to her was Lieutenant Marcus Webb, her second in command, the tall human who'd been with her at the diplomatic center. Webb had cold eyes. Soldier's eyes. "Let me show you something," Chen said. She activated a holographic display. Images appeared. Documents, communications, bank transfers. Vexthar saw his name, saw the contract, saw the money. But there was more. Lines connecting to other names. Other contracts. A web of information. "The Syndicate," Chen said. "Have you heard of them?" "No," Vexthar admitted. "They're an anti-human organization," Webb explained. His voice was rough, like rocks grinding. Started about 5 years ago. After humans joined the galactic community. They want us gone, dead, removed from the galaxy. "Why?" Vexthar asked. "Because we scare them," Chen said simply. "Humans are new, different, we think differently. Fight differently. It makes the established powers nervous. The Syndicate represents old money, old power, old ways. They see us as a threat." She changed the hologram. More images. Vexthar saw faces he recognized. Assassins, killers, the shadows. Crix the Dissolver. The Harmonics Triad. All of them with contract documents next to their faces. Every assassin who took a contract on human operators in the last 3 years, Chen said. All 18 of them. All from the Guild. All given contracts by Guildmaster Zin. Zin works for the Syndicate? Vexthar couldn't believe it. "No," Webb said. "Zin doesn't know. The Syndicate infiltrated the Guild's contract system. Made it look like legitimate jobs. Good money. Clean targets. But they were all traps." Chen zoomed in on one document. "Vexthar's contract. Your job was never to kill me. It was to die trying. To be an example. To show the Guild that humans can't be touched." "But you didn't kill me," Vexthar said. "Because we figured out the game," Chen replied. "About a year ago we noticed a pattern. Too many assassins taking contracts on humans. Too many of them connected to the Guild. We started investigating. Found the Syndicate. The hologram changed again. This time it showed a building. Massive. Beautiful. On a planet Vexthar didn't recognize. Syndicate headquarters," Webb said. "On the planet Nexus Prime. Neutral territory. Diplomatic immunity. Untouchable by galactic law. But not untouchable by us," Chen added. Her smile was sharp. "Dangerous. You want to attack them?" Vexthar asked. "We want to destroy them," Chen corrected. "Take apart their entire organization. Expose them, ruin them. But we need information. Security codes, building layouts, personnel files." She looked at Vexthar. "The Guild has all of that." "I don't have access to Guild systems anymore," Vexthar said. "They cut me off." "But you know how the systems work," Chen said. "You know the protocols, the backdoors, the security weaknesses. You've been in the Guild for 20 years, Vexthar. You know things." Vexthar thought about it. The Guild had abandoned him, left him to die. But working with humans, helping them destroy the Syndicate, that was something else. "Why should I help you?" he asked. Chen pulled up another image. This one made Vexthar's blood run cold. It was his partner. Ziloth, dead. Body found in an alley on some station. Vexthar had been told it was a robbery. "Bad luck. Your partner died 8 months ago," Chen said quietly. "You thought it was random. It wasn't." She showed him more files, evidence. Ziloth had been investigating something, following leads, getting too close to something important. "He found evidence of the Syndicate," Webb said. "Started asking questions, making connections. So they killed him. Made it look like a robbery. But we checked the security footage. See for yourself." The hologram played a video. Ziloth walking down a street. 3 figures in the shadows, professional, efficient. They struck fast. Took nothing. just killed and left. Those are Syndicate operatives, Chen said. We identified them from other operations. Your partner wasn't robbed. He was assassinated because he knew too much. Vexthar felt something break inside him. Silith, his friend, his brother in all but blood, murdered, and Vexthar had believed the lie. Never questioned it. Never investigated. They used you, Chen continued. Got rid of Ziloth because he was smart. Then manipulated you into taking a suicide contract. Probably hoped we'd kill you. Clean up their mess, and why didn't you? Vexthar asked. His voice was raw. Because I wanted you to see this, Chen said. Wanted you to understand. The Syndicate doesn't care about you, about the Guild, about anyone. They use people and throw them away. Vexthar looked at the image of his dead partner, felt rage building, pure, hot, focused rage. What do you need me to do? He asked. Chen smiled. This time it looked almost friendly. Tell us about the Guild's security. Help us plan the infiltration. Then come with us to Nexus Prime. You want me to come? Vexthar was surprised. You know assassination, Webb said. Know how killers think. That makes you valuable. Plus, you deserve to see this through. For your partner. But first, Chen said, I want to show you something else. Something that will help you understand who you're working with. She stood. Webb opened the door. 2 human soldiers waited outside. They escorted Vexthar through a ship. Human military vessel, clean, efficient. Everyone they passed looked at him with suspicion. He was the enemy here, the outsider. They took him to a training room. Large space, padded floors, various equipment. In the center, a human soldier was strapped to a chair. Another human stood over him, shouting. Aggressive. What is this? Vexthar asked. Seer training, Chen explained. Survival, evasion, resistance, escape. Every Special Forces operator goes through this. That soldier there? He volunteered. For the next 6 hours, he'll be interrogated, harshly, broken down. Made to feel helpless, Vexthar watched. The interrogator slapped the soldier. Screamed at him. Used psychological tricks. Made him doubt everything. It was brutal, cruel. You torture your own people? Vexthar asked, horrified. We prepare them, Chen corrected. Every operator knows what it's like to be captured. To be interrogated. To be broken. Because when it happens for real, they'll know they can survive it. They've already lived through it once. That's insane, Vexthar said. That's human, Webb replied. We don't send our people into danger unprepared. We break them in training so the enemy can't break them in the field. They watched for a few more minutes. The soldier in the chair was crying now, begging. But Vexthar noticed something. The soldier's hands. They were relaxed. Not tense. This was acting, training. The soldier knew it would end. Knew he was safe, but his mind was learning. Learning what fear felt like. What helplessness felt like. So he could fight through it later. Every human operator has been where you were 3 days ago, Chen said. Hunted, scared, exhausted, broken. We teach them that feeling. Make them live it. So they know how to use it as a weapon. You weaponize fear itself, Vexthar said slowly. We weaponize everything, Chen agreed. Fear, pain, hope, despair, whatever works. That's what makes us different. Most species fight with claws and teeth and technology. We fight with psychology, with understanding, with knowing how minds break and how to break them. Vexthar understood now. Really understood. The galaxy feared human special forces not because they were strong, but because they were smart about cruelty, precise about pain. They'd turned suffering into science. Will you train me? Vexthar asked. Like that? No, Chen said. You're not becoming one of us. You're helping us. There's a difference. We'll teach you what you need to know, but you'll never be Ghost Protocol. You'll never be human. But I can help you destroy the Syndicate. Yes, Webb said. You can do that. They left the training room. As they walked, Chen said, We leave for Nexus Prime in 3 days. Until then, tell us everything you know about guild systems. Everything about the Syndicate. Everything that can help us, I will, Vexthar promised. For Ziloth. For Ziloth, Chen agreed. In 3 days, they would hunt the Syndicate. And this time, Vexthar would see what happened when humans weren't the prey. This time, he would see them as the predators they truly were. 72 hours. Vexithar had been running for 72 hours straight. No real sleep. No real rest. Just jumping from system to system. Station to station. Always moving. Always looking over his shoulder. They were still there. Always there. He saw them everywhere now. Maybe they were real. Maybe his mind was breaking. A human in a crowd. A shadow that moved wrong. A ship that followed too close. Ghost Protocol was in his head now. Living in his thoughts. Driving him mad. Vexthar landed on a mining station in the Outer Rim. Terrible place. Criminals and outcasts. No law, no order. Perfect place to disappear. He stumbled into a bar. His legs felt like water. When was the last time he ate? Yesterday? The day before? He couldn't remember. Drink, he said to the bartender. He threw credits on the counter. Probably too many. He didn't care. The bartender was a Grawl. Big species. Tough. 6 arms like Vexthar's people. The Grawl looked at him with something like pity. You're being hunted, the Grawl said. Not a question. A statement, how did you know? I've seen that look before. That's the look of prey. The Grawl poured him something strong, blue liquid that burned going down. Who's after you? Humans, Vexthar whispered. The Grawl's 6 arms all stopped moving. Human Special Forces? Vexthar nodded. Then you're already dead, the Grawl said. Just don't know it yet. Help me, Vexthar begged. He hated how weak he sounded. Please, I need to contact Guildmaster Zin. I need extraction. I'll pay anything. The Grawl slid a communication pad across the bar. Good luck. Vexthar called Zin. The Guildmaster answered immediately. His silver scales looked dull on the screen. Vexthar, Zin said. You're still alive. I'm surprised. I need help, Vexthar said. Extraction. New identity, anything, name your price, no. That one word hit like a hammer. What? The Guild will not help you, Zin said. His voice was flat. Final. You broke the unspoken rule. You took a contract on human elite operators. You knew the risks. You gave me the contract. I offered it. You accepted. Those are different things. Zin leaned closer to the camera. Do you know why the rule exists, Vexthar? It's not because we're afraid of humans killing us. It's because we're afraid of what happens if we try to kill them and fail. I don't understand. If you attack human special forces and fail, they don't just kill you. They hunt you. They study you. They learn everything about you. Your species, your methods, your weaknesses. Then they share that information with every human military unit in the galaxy. Zin's eyes were sad now. You think you're just being hunted? No, you're being analyzed, dissected, turned into a training exercise. Vexthar felt sick. So you won't help me? I can't. If the Guild helps you, Ghost Protocol will come after us. After every assassin in the network. They'll dismantle us piece by piece. I won't risk thousands of lives for one fool who didn't listen. Zin paused. I'm sorry, Vexthar. You're on your own. The screen went dark. Vexthar sat there, staring at nothing. 72 hours. No sleep, no help, no hope. He heard footsteps behind him. Soft, careful, human footsteps. He spun around, reached for his weapon, but his hands were shaking so badly he dropped it. The gun clattered on the floor. Commander Sarah Chen stood there. She was alone, no armor, no visible weapons, just her uniform and that calm expression. Behind her, the bar's other customers were quickly leaving. Even the Grawl bartender found somewhere else to be. Hello, Vexthar, she said. He tried to pick up his gun. She didn't stop him, just watched. He got the gun in his hands, pointed it at her. His hands shook so badly he couldn't aim. 72 hours, Chen said. She sat down at his table, uninvited, unafraid. That's impressive. Most break after 48. You're strong. Stay back, Vexthar shouted, but his voice cracked. I brought you water, Chen said. She put a bottle on the table. When did you last drink? Really drink, not just that poison the Grawl served you. Vexthar stared at the water. His throat was dry, so dry. But this could be poison, could be drugged, could be anything. Chen seemed to read his mind. She opened the bottle and took a drink herself, then slid it across the table. It's just water. You need it. You're dehydrating. In another 12 hours, you'll start making even worse decisions than you already are. Why? Vexthar asked. Why are you doing this? Doing what? Hunting you? Chen leaned back in her chair. Because you tried to kill me. Because you need to learn a lesson. Because the galaxy needs to remember why the unspoken rule exists. I'll withdraw the contract, Vexthar said quickly. I'll pay back the money. I'll leave human space forever, I swear it. That's option 1, Chen said. Give up, run away. Live the rest of your life knowing you were beaten by weak humans. Is that what you want? Vexthar didn't answer. Because no, that wasn't what he wanted, but staying meant death. Option 2, Chen continued. You work for us. Tell us everything you know about the Guild, about assassination techniques, about your species' military capabilities. Help us protect human interests. You want me to betray the Guild? Vexthar's voice was weak. The Guild already abandoned you, Chen pointed out. So yes, option 2 is betrayal. Become a traitor to save your life. Never, Vexthar said. He still had some pride left. Then there's option 3, Chen said. Her voice got quieter, more dangerous. You try to kill me right now, here in this bar. You've got a gun. I'm unarmed. You might succeed. Probably won't, but you might. Vexthar looked at his gun. Then at Chen, she wasn't even tense. Just sitting there, relaxed. Like she was having tea with a friend. Why would you offer that? He asked. Because I want you to understand something, Chen said. You're not my enemy. You're a resource. A teaching tool. Every move you've made in the last 3 days has been recorded, analyzed, studied. My team has learned 17 new things about Kraylan psychology, 12 new things about guild operations, 8 new counter-tactics we can use against future assassins. The words hit Vexthar like physical blows. You've been studying me? The whole time, Chen confirmed. We let you run. Let you use your safe houses. Let you think you were escaping, because running tells us more than fighting does. When you run, you reveal everything. Your fears, your plans, your limitations. Vexthar felt hollow inside, empty. 3 days of terror, 3 days of running, and it had all been a lesson? An experiment? We could have killed you on Station Delta 9, Chen said. That first day, when you set up in the cafe, we had 3 snipers watching you. But that would have taught us nothing. So we let you run. Why tell me this? Vexthar asked. His voice was barely a whisper now. Because the lesson isn't for you, Chen said. It's for them, she pointed. Vexthar turned. In the corner of the bar, hidden in shadows, was a camera. Recording everything. Broadcasting everything. Guildmaster Zin is watching right now, Chen said. So are about 200 other assassins. This conversation is being transmitted across the Guild's secure network. Everyone is seeing this. Everyone is learning. Vexthar wanted to cry, wanted to scream, but he was too tired. Too broken. So what happens now? He asked. Chen stood up. Now you decide. Option 1, run, will let you go. You'll spend the rest of your life looking over your shoulder, knowing we can find you anytime we want. Option 2, work for us. Become an asset. Help us protect human lives. Option 3, try to kill me. Die here. Today. She walked to the door, stopped, looked back. Or, she said, there's option 4. What's option 4? You help us stop the people who really put that contract out. The ones who wanted me dead. The ones who manipulated you into taking the suicide mission. Chen's eyes were hard now. Someone used you, Vexthar. Someone wanted both of us in this position. Don't you want to know who? She left, the door closed behind her. Vexthar sat there in the empty bar. The water bottle sat on the table, condensation dripping down its sides. He was so thirsty. He picked up the bottle and drank. It was the best water he'd ever tasted. On the camera in the corner, a red light blinked. Recording, broadcasting, teaching. The galaxy was learning. And Vexthar was the lesson. Station Delta 9 was crowded, perfect for an assassination. Vexthar had been watching Commander Chen for 3 days now. She followed a routine. Breakfast at 700 hours, meeting at 900, training at 1400, dinner at 1900. She was predictable. That should have been his first warning. Vexthar sat in a cafe across from the diplomatic center. He had a clear view of the entrance. His rifle was hidden in a maintenance case, a classic setup. He'd done this hundreds of times. Chen walked out at exactly 14:30 hours. Right on schedule. She wore a simple gray uniform, no armor, no weapons visible. She was talking to another human, tall male, military bearing, probably her second in command. Vexthar watched through his scope. He calculated distance, wind, gravity. Everything was perfect. One shot. Clean kill. 5 million credits. Then something strange happened. Chen stopped talking. She looked up, directly at the cafe, directly at his window. She couldn't see him. He was using a cloaking field, invisible to all sensors, hidden behind reflective glass. There was no way she could know he was there. But she was looking right at him, and she was smiling. Vexithar felt his blood turn cold. He didn't take the shot. Something was wrong. His instincts screamed danger. He'd learned to trust those instincts over 847 kills. He packed up his rifle and left through the back exit. Time to change locations. Time to be more careful. But as he left, he saw something on the cafe's security screen. A recording from 3 minutes ago. It showed him entering. His cloaking field didn't work on that particular camera model. Someone had known he'd be here. Someone had made sure there'd be a camera he couldn't hide from. Vexthar started to run. He went to Station Echo 3 next. Took him 2 days of travel. He was more careful now, changed his appearance, used different identification, moved through crowds, stayed hidden. Chen arrived on Echo 3 6 hours after he did. That wasn't possible. There was no way she could track him. He'd covered his tracks perfectly. Used fake names. Scrambled his ship's signature. He was a ghost. But there she was, walking through the station market like she was on vacation, shopping for food, laughing with her team. 6 humans total. They looked relaxed, happy, like they didn't have a care in the world. Vexthar watched from a distance. He started researching. He needed to understand what he was facing. He broke into the guild's secure database, started reading old files about humans. The first file was about the Shadows, the 3 Wraith-class killers who disappeared. There was a note at the bottom, written by an investigator. Last known location, human training facility on Earth. Security footage shows 3 unidentified figures entering compound. Footage goes dark. When systems reboot, figures are gone. Human commander logs show 3 infiltrators detected, neutralized, disposed of. No further information provided. Vexthar read it 3 times. Detected? How? Wraiths were invisible, intangible. They could walk through walls. The second file was worse. Crix the Dissolver had recorded his own death. The file included the last minutes of his life. Vexthar watched it. His hands started to shake. The humans knocked on the door. Crix answered through the intercom. "How did you find me?" he asked. The human voice was calm. Female. Probably Chen herself. "You bought 15,000 credits of acid neutralizer last month. Only 3 species in the galaxy use that chemical. You're the only dissolver in this sector. We checked your shipping records, tracked it here. Took us 4 days. Impossible," Crix said. "Those records are encrypted." "We're very good at our jobs," the voice replied. Then they shot through the door. The acid that usually protected Crix had been neutralized by something in the air. He died in seconds. The last file made Vexithar's stomach turn. The harmonics triad. 3 beings. 1 mind. The psychiatric report was attached. Vexithar read it slowly. Subjects show signs of severe psychological trauma. They report being hunted for 2 weeks. Subjects claim human operatives used psychological warfare, played sounds of their homeworld to draw them out, faked distress signals from family members, created illusions of safety, then shattered them. Subjects were separated using electromagnetic pulses. Each was then hunted individually. Subjects report humans didn't kill them, just watched them, followed them, made them feel terror for the first time in their lives. Subjects eventually surrendered, broken, unable to function. Vexthar closed the file. His hands were shaking now. Actually shaking. What kind of species does that? What kind of mind thinks like that? He looked up research on human military history. What he found terrified him. Humans had been killing each other for 200,000 years. They'd invented warfare, invented strategy, invented terror as a weapon. They had words for concepts the galaxy had never developed. Guerrilla warfare, psychological operations, asymmetric combat, false flag operations. One human military document made him stop breathing. It was titled Unconventional Warfare Manual. He read it. It described tactics that would be considered war crimes by galactic law: torture, deception, using enemies' families against them, breaking minds instead of bodies. The manual was marked as basic training material. This is what humans taught their soldiers as basic knowledge. Vexithar was starting to understand the fear. But he was still alive, still free. He could still complete this contract. He just needed to be smarter. He left Echo 3 station and went to ground. He had 17 different safe houses across 9 systems, secret locations, hidden, secure. He picked one at random, didn't tell anyone, didn't leave a trail. The safe house was on a small moon, underground facility, 1 entrance, 1 exit, perfect security. He arrived and checked everything. No trackers, no surveillance, no bugs, clean. He slept for the first time in 4 days. When he woke up, his computer was beeping. Someone had accessed his accounts. All of them. His money was frozen. His identities were burned. His safe houses were compromised. All 17 of them. On the screen was a message. "We've been watching you, Vexthar. We know where you are. We know where you're going. We know what you'll do next. You can't hide. You can run. Please run. We enjoy the exercise." Ghost Protocol. Vexthar roared. He grabbed his weapons. He checked his sensors. Nothing. No one was nearby. The moon was empty. He was alone. But he didn't feel alone. He ran outside. His ship was still there. Thank the gods, his ship was still there. He climbed in and launched. He needed to get off this moon. Needed to get far away. As his ship cleared the atmosphere, his communication panel lit up. Incoming message. He almost didn't answer, but something made him. Commander Chen's face appeared on screen. She was sitting in what looked like a ship's ready room, drinking tea. She looked relaxed. "Hello, Vexthar," she said. Her voice was kind. That somehow made it worse. "I hope you're enjoying our little game." "This isn't a game," Vexithar shouted. "You're cheating. How are you tracking me?" "We're not tracking you," Chen said. She took a sip of tea. "We're predicting you. There's a difference. We know how you think, how you operate, where you feel safe. We've been studying assassins like you for 150 years. You all make the same mistakes." "Impossible." "Is it?" Chen asked. "Tell me something, Vexthar. How many hours of sleep have you had in the last 4 days?" He didn't answer. "I'm guessing about 6, Chen continued. "Maybe less. You're exhausted, stressed, making mistakes. Meanwhile, my team is rested, fed, calm. We can do this for weeks, months if necessary. Can you?" Vexithar wanted to scream, wanted to shoot the screen. But he couldn't. Because she was right, he was exhausted, terrified, running on instinct and fear. "What do you want?" he asked. "I want you to understand something," Chen said. Her smile was gone now. Her eyes were hard. "You're not the hunter anymore. You never were. From the moment you accepted that contract, you became prey. Welcome to our world." The screen went dark. Vexthar sat in his pilot's chair. His forearms hung limp. For the first time in his life, he understood what his victims must have felt. He understood terror, and somewhere behind him, 3 systems away, Ghost Protocol was following. Always following. Never stopping. The hunt had just begun. The bar on Omega 7 station smelled like 1,000 different worlds. Smoke from burning crystals mixed with the sharp scent of alcohol that could strip paint. Vexthar sat in the corner booth, his forearms folded across his chest. His purple skin gleamed under the dim lights. He was big, even for a Kralin. 7 feet tall with muscles that could crush steel. He was also the best killer in the galaxy. "Another drink?" the server asked. She was a small creature with too many eyes. "No," Vexthar said. His voice was like rocks grinding together. "I'm waiting for someone." The someone arrived 5 minutes later. Guildmaster Zin slithered into the booth. He looked like a snake, if snakes wore expensive suits and controlled half the assassins in known space. His scales were silver with age. "Vexthar," Zin said, "I have a contract for you." Vexithar leaned forward. He had killed 847 targets. Warlords, crime bosses, politicians, even a few who could see the future. Money was good. Reputation was better. He wanted both. "Who?" Vexthar asked. Zin pulled out a datapad. He seemed nervous. That was unusual. Zin was never nervous. "A human," Zin said quietly. The bar seemed to get quieter. Several nearby tables turned to look. Vexthar noticed 3 other assassins he knew. They were all staring at him now. One of them, a Wraith-class killer named Six, slowly shook her head. "So?" Vexthar said. "Humans are weak, soft. I've seen them. Small creatures. No claws, no armor. No poison. They break easily." Zin's eyes went flat. "This isn't just any human. This is Commander Sarah Chen. She runs a unit called Ghost Protocol. Human Special Operations." "Still human," Vexthar said. He was getting annoyed now. Why was everyone acting strange? "I have to tell you something," Zin said. "There's a rule. An unspoken rule among the guild. We don't accept contracts on human elite operators." Vexithar laughed. It sounded like an engine breaking. "Why, are we afraid of weaklings?" Zin didn't laugh. 3 years ago, the Shadows took a contract. You remember them? 3 Wraith-class infiltrators. The best. They could walk through walls, turn invisible, phase through matter itself. "I remember," Vexthar said. "What happened?" "They went after a human special forces team. 6 humans in total. Basic equipment. Nothing special about them. Or so it seemed." Zin paused. "The Shadows were never seen again. No bodies. No trace, nothing. It's like they never existed." Vexthar waved a hand. "They made a mistake. Got careless." "Then there was Crix the Dissolver," Zin continued. "He could melt through any substance. His body produced acid that could burn through a ship's hull. He took a contract on a human commander 2 years ago, and they found him in his own safe house, dead, killed with his own weapons. But here's the interesting part. His own security system recorded everything. The humans walked right up to his door. Knocked. When he opened it, they shot him. Simple. Direct. They knew where he was. Knew his defenses. Knew everything about him." Vexthar felt something cold in his stomach. "How?" "Nobody knows," Zin said. "But wait. There's more. The Harmonics Triad, you heard of them?" Everyone had heard of the Harmonics. 3 beings who shared one mind. They could coordinate perfectly. Think as one. Fight as one. They were unstoppable. What happened to them? Vexthar asked. He already knew he wouldn't like the answer. They took a contract on human operatives 6 months ago. It should have been easy. 3 minds, 1 target. They hunted the humans for 2 weeks. Zin's voice got quieter. Then something changed. The humans started hunting them back. They separated the triad, cut off their mental link somehow, hunted them one by one. So they died? Vexthar asked. Worse, Zin said. They lived. All 3 are now in a maximum security psychiatric facility. They can't talk. Can't function. Just sit there and stare at nothing. Whatever the humans did to them broke their minds completely. The bar was silent now. Everyone was listening. That's impossible, Vexthar said. But his voice had less confidence now. Zin pushed the datapad across the table. The contract pays 5 million credits. It's been sitting on my desk for 3 weeks. Nobody will take it. Nobody wants to go near human special forces. Vexthar looked at the screen. He saw a picture of Commander Sarah Chen. She was small, maybe 5.5 feet tall. She had dark hair tied back. Human features, weak jaw, flat teeth, no natural weapons at all. She looked soft, but her eyes, there was something about her eyes. Why are they different? Vexthar asked. Other humans I've seen. They're normal, scared, easy to kill. What makes these special ones different? Zin thought for a moment. I've been asking that question for 5 years. Ever since humans joined the galactic community. I've talked to survivors. Read reports. Studied them. He leaned forward. You know what I learned? What? Humans are pursuit predators. Do you know what that means? Vexthar shook his head. Most species in the galaxy are ambush predators. We hide, we wait. We strike fast and hard. That's how we evolved. That's how we think. Zin's scales rippled. But humans? They don't ambush. They chase. They follow. They never stop. On their homeworld, they used to hunt animals by just walking after them. For days, for weeks, the prey would run until it collapsed from exhaustion. Then the humans would kill it. That's slow, Vexthar said. Inefficient. That's terrifying, Zin corrected. Imagine being hunted by something that never stops, never quits, never gets tired. It just keeps coming, always behind you, always watching, always there. Vexthar felt that cold feeling again. But that's just animals. This is warfare. Is it different? Zin asked. Their special forces train for something called SEER, survival, evasion, resistance, escape. They learn to be hunted. They learn to hunt. They study it like science, like art. He tapped the datapad. Commander Chen has been doing this for 15 years. She's trained hundreds of operators. They say she can track someone across 3 star systems. They say she knows what you're going to do before you do it. Sounds like propaganda, Vexthar said. Maybe, Zin agreed. But I notice you're the first one willing to test that theory in 6 months. Vexthar looked at the 5 million credits. Then he looked at the picture of Sarah Chen again. She was smiling in the photo. It wasn't a friendly smile. I'll take it, Vexthar said. The bar exploded in whispers. Someone laughed nervously. 6, the Wraith assassin, just got up and left. She didn't even finish her drink. Zin slid the data pad across. It's your funeral. It's my payday, Vexthar corrected. He took the pad and left the bar. Behind him, he heard Zin say something to another patron. Start the timer. I give him 3 days before he regrets this. Vexthar didn't care. He was the best. He'd killed 847 targets. What was one more human? He looked at the datapad again as he walked. Commander Sarah Chen was currently on Station Delta 9. A diplomatic meeting. Public appearance. Lots of people. Lots of confusion. Perfect. Vexthar smiled. This would be easy. He didn't notice the small camera drone that had been following him since he left the bar. He didn't see it transmit his image back to a ship 3 stations away. He didn't hear Commander Sarah Chen receive the alert on her wrist computer, but she saw him. And she smiled that same not friendly smile from her picture. Target acquired, she said to her team. He just took the bait. Ghost protocol is active. The hunt was beginning, but not the way Vexthar thought.